Welcome to the Group Home Riches Podcast. If you have the desire to be your own boss, create your own schedule, and become financially free while at the same time helping people in need, then you've come to the right place. At grouphomeriches.com, we teach people exactly like yourself how to get started in the group home business, and on this podcast, you're going to hear their stories firsthand. All right, man. Tell me about the property and the landlord and how that came about.
Well, you know that one dude from Detroit on the golf course in the closed group that he like shared his like how he adjusted what he was saying to like Craigslist ads and stuff like that. And so I actually copied and pasted what he used to start getting hits. And I kind of tweaked it a little bit to personalize it, and sent it out to like only like 10 landlords in Madison. And I got 2 hits right off the bat. One is he's like, I don't think he's really sold on the idea. He thinks it's too sketchy, but the one that I'm going to meet with tomorrow in Madison at his 6-bedroom property, he's real motivated. I mean, you can definitely tell he's been through a lot of bullshit with regular tenants and stuff like that.
Yeah, all these landlords have, and now I keep telling everybody, now is the best time to start doing stuff like this because one, it's just the business in general is a hedge against a bad economy, which a lot of people think is going to come up. Right. It's affordable housing. And for the landlords, it's a way to, obviously, we already broke down how you're going to cash flow way more, but it's a way to get guaranteed payments. So, a lot of people are losing their jobs, and there's a lot of kind of, people don't know what's going on with the economy or jobs and everything like that. But the last funds that are ever going to dry up are like those Social Security, those government grants and things like that. So it's as long as you approach it as long as you approach it as not what's in it for you, you're not just telling people what you want to do and what you want them to do for you, which is usually negotiate on like the subletting policy. You approach it as what's in it for them. So tell me a little bit, like what was that ad that you put out there?
I just said that I'm looking for homes in the area that meet all my requirements. I was kind of vague with it, and then I told them that what the business model will do, how it'll generate more money, and you won't have to deal with the eviction process, stuff like that, and basically this landlord has already tried something similar to this. Actually, not really, but it's kind of similar. The student, having students kind of sublet together.
Student housing.
Yeah, exactly. And that obviously didn't really work as good, but I told them, you won't have to be searching for students or anything like that. I will be doing all the legwork when it comes to getting people in the house. And it's going to be for a lot more than what the students were paying.
Yeah. And think about it. Someone that's been dealing with students, probably partying in the properties, not taking care of the property, tearing it up, not paying. He's probably gone through a couple evictions.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's chasing down not just one tenant, but probably 6, right?
Something like that.
It's kind of a similar business model as far as like it just makes more people in the home paying more, so you're going to make more money. But the key ingredient to this is that you're going to be getting guaranteed payments.
Yeah. With
the assistance or like from the nonprofits. And as a cherry on top, he's going to have someone like you doing, handling all the calls and the marketing and stuff like that. So it's going to be a no-brainer for those folks. So that's That's a great response rate. 10 people, you had 2 people interested, and one guy is pretty much sounds like he's ready to roll, right?
Yeah, exactly. Except I am going to warn him tomorrow because I have been calling a lot of organizations and stuff like that. And a lot of them have been saying, you know, I would just call back after the coronavirus kind of cools down a little bit, and stuff starts opening back up.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it has been hard to kind of find any clients to be able to take in right away. So I mean, he seems open. I told him about the 30 to 60 day thing where I'm not going to be able to basically pay him any money or anything. That's basically just a time for me to set up the home and then get the beds filled. But I'm going to have to tell him, like, I mean, 30 to 60 days might even be not enough because of the coronavirus. I don't know if I should tell him that or what, but
I would have you tried like the homeless shelters and places like that?
yeah, around Madison, I've been calling like every place that you can think of. I mean, like,
have you been emailing?
You see, with the MailChimp email marketing, that it's so confusing for me, and it's not like the video. They updated their website, so it's a lot more. I don't know, man.
I'll break it down for you. They're all like the same ideas. I'll show you how to do it here in a sec. We got to get that set up because a lot of places are, not working at the actual facilities, working from home. Right. So you probably get a better response rate from email. But back to the landlord, he's probably pumped about it, man. Think about what landlords are going through now.
Right.
Like he's got a vacant property just sitting there. He probably, if it's he must have just gone through like eviction or something, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's been posted for almost a month too.
Yeah. So
he's losing a lot of money right now.
Yeah, man, and he's one of the lucky ones. A lot of people have people in the properties that aren't paying. They can't pay, or if they were affected by the coronavirus. I don't know if it's nationwide, but I think it is. It's pretty similar all over the place. If anybody's affected by the coronavirus in any way, they don't have to. Yeah, they don't have to pay rent, and on top of that, like evictions are being held off.
That's real messed up. Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, imagine being a landlord, dude. It's like it's a hard time for everybody, but everybody just thinks that landlords like are millionaires that just have these properties free and clear.
Right.
It's not that, dude. All these guys went through the same process you did when learning like how to do a group home, dude. They struggled. They like had to learn how to find the properties. They're not all millionaires. They're not using cash. They're borrowing cash most of the times from millionaires.
Right.
Well, hard money loans because once you get over like 2 or 3 properties, it's tough to get a mortgage, right? So if you get any more than like 3, every bank's different. It's usually around 2 or 3 properties, right? So after that, you have to borrow private money. There's no moratorium or whatever they're called. I forget what it's called, memoriam, or I forget the term.
I don't even know.
You know what I'm talking? There's no hold on like private equity, like saying, hey man, like you got to pay me or. So I don't like you're like a saving grace to this guy.
Right.
It's just so the idea is pretty. It's the same thing, man. The approach is more of what's in it for them. More money, less calls with you doing the groundwork. Did he have any questions for you, or any hesitations, or anything that he felt uncomfortable about?
Oh yeah. We were. I mean, he caught me off guard. He called me when I was walking into Quick Trip. My last day down in Madison, because I've been working security down there, and it was my last day down there. I was just about to head back, walking into the gas station, and I don't know why I did it, but I answered the phone, and sure enough, it was about the 6-bedroom house. And I don't know why, but I answered every single question that he had, and he was completely on board with it, except for I froze up with the what was I talking about in that inspections? Yeah, because I was just in the heat of the moment, and I just said, uh, "There's going to be a inspection process."
There could be. So we'll go over that in a sec. What other questions did he have for you?
Uh, he said he was asking how I'm gonna get the paint, how am I gonna manage uh 12 tenants, because I told him it's not just gonna be one person per room, it's gonna be two. So just think of that. And I told him that I'm gonna be getting less off of each tenant, because I was going based off of Appleton, but now that it's down in Madison and a way bigger, and they have a way more average rent rate for a 1-bedroom. It's like $1,200. So 75% of that is like $975, but I'm just doing $950 or $850, something like that, instead of $650. But I told him $650 each bed, and yeah, I mean,
That piqued his interest, right?
that definitely did, yeah. And I
Then
explained how I'm gonna be able to manage them. Like I told him about the license agreement. It's not leasing, it's a license. I told him exactly how you said it. Think of like a hotel. Literally, the second they do something that like breaks the rules or something, they can be out on the street. But if they don't want to leave, they're considered trespassing.
uh-huh.
So, and that made a lot of sense to him. So he's completely on board. I mean, he wouldn't be meeting up with me still and still replying if he wasn't.
So he once you answered like the questions, and it's simple, right? He had the same questions that you had,
Exactly,
on that first phone call, right?
Yeah.
The just the money, more money, and like someone managing the property is gonna pique these guys' interest. Then you just have to be able to answer those objections. So he probably asked. That's the first thing, dude, because
Yeah.
he's had 6 college kids in there. He's remembering how, what a nightmare that was.
Yeah.
Now he's imagined 12 people that like aren't qualified. So
Yeah.
as long as you can kind of answer those objections, he probably asked. Did he ask you how you're going to get paid?
Yeah, he asked that, but the other question he asked was, am I even licensed and stuff like that? And like I said, I was caught in the heat of the moment, so I did say licensing is not a problem. I kind of gave him reassurance that I am licensed, but obviously I'm not. So I'm probably going to tell him in person tomorrow. Like, actually, I partner with like home health service providers, and they're all the licensed work that needs to be done is taken care of by them. That's why it's going to be everything's going to be legal in this group. Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be exactly same questions. It's, all right, how do you manage the people? What happens if they break the rules? And the other thing, all right, like you have to be licensed, or how is this legal, right?
Yeah.
Same misconceptions that everybody has. So just explain to them how you're protected under the federal laws, the Fair Housing Act, the Keating memo, which outlines that it's okay to have 2 people per property in general. And
that's the specific statute or whatever, the federal statute?
it's called the Keating memo. The Keating memo, that says just in general 2 people per bedroom is considered okay. Is considered reasonable, is what they outline in there.
Yeah, so he was actually familiar with that. He was
nice.
Like, oh, yeah.
So he might have looked into doing that with the college kids then. And the where that could come up is if like you're in a college town, so this might come up. There might be local language in the property code that says, you can't have more than like 6 unrelated occupants in a property.
Right.
So, but under the federal guidelines, you have that, the Keating memo, and then you have the Fair Housing Act, which prohibits discrimination against all types of protected classes of people, which the majority of the people that you're going to be marketing to are going to be some type of protected class. And there's a ton of like case history of group homes. Specifically, the one with the most examples is the Oxford House. Have I sent you the reading info on this stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so forward that over to them when it comes up. But yeah, they have a long history of going in, challenging those local laws, and winning because
Federal law overrules local law.
You got it. So you could usually find like some news stories of like a group home kind of in not usually, if like across the country you might find a couple where like properties are, they're fighting to stay open and things like that, like with the neighbors or with the local municipalities. And every time I've seen like a property get shut down is when they didn't have like a lawyer or anything like that, and they didn't like challenge what was going on. You're in Madison.
I'm in Appleton, but yeah, I'm gonna be doing it down in Madison since I'm already going there every week for work, and I just saw a way. I mean, I was doing hotel at I was doing security at a hotel, and I was just seeing plenty of homeless people just walking around outside the hotels, and I was like, wow, yeah, you don't.
It's a little. You can do this, man. If it's not like against the rules. We just like casting that wide net with the email marketing campaign. But honestly, like that video that you had when you were at like Walmart, or the video you posted, right, when the guy gave up his shoes.
Yep.
I mean, you could just find people like that. Chances are most of them are on some type of assistance. But there's just such a lack of affordable housing out there. Right. You could honestly go out there and like ask and give them your card if you want. It's a little more time consuming, but hey, I mean, times like this may call for different measures.
Yeah, that's the 74th marketing strategy.
Yeah, just go hit the road, man. Let's see. See Madison. There's look at this one. There's one on Ridgeway Ave that's got 8 beds. This one's got 8.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I really wish I could do bunk beds, but.
Yeah, so some people do that. The reason we don't is because there's that federal law that says 2 is reasonable, right? So we do operate in a lot of areas that have like limits. They have that local, like, you can only have 4 or 6 unrelated people.
Yeah.
So if we throw bunk beds in there, we don't have a federal law to fall back on.
Yeah.
If you got like 4 or 6 people in one bedroom, but if there's no if there are no local laws that have limits like that, then you could, in theory, do the bunk beds.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, Wisconsin, it's like it's 4 at the max if they're unrelated. So. Yeah.
So, that's where you don't want to push it. Like,
yeah, you don't want to overstep. Yeah.
Yep. So, man, that's awesome that you got out there. You negotiated that deal. You're looking at maybe 30 to 60 days. No money, right? No money up front.
Yeah, 30 to 60 days. Yeah, at the most. I mean, I don't know though. I feel like he might even give me a little bit more time because obviously I'm not going to be able to get many clients right now because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, he's gonna work with you. You said it's been posted for what, like 30 days?
Yeah, nearly 30 days. I
And
don't think it was
what's his asking? What was the asking rent?
2,300.
And you're looking at bringing in like almost 7,000 in revenue.
Oh, more than that.
Yeah. So there, there's gonna be there's some opportunity for him.
Yeah.
Plus,
I assured him you're gonna be making more than 2,300 if you work
yeah.
with me. I can guarantee you that.
Has that come up yet? Like how you guys are gonna break down the revenue? Is it gonna be a split, or how's that gonna
No,
work?
no. I told him. Well, I was kind of in the mentality of he kind of needs me more than I need him because I was telling him,
That's the
look,
way to
man,
be, man.
yeah, I got other landlords that are messaging me back today even. So, I mean, I would rather work with you because you have the biggest property. 6 bedrooms is a lot more appealing than 4, but you know, obviously there's a lot more other opportunities. But I mean, I gave him a flat rate, 2,750,
Uh-huh.
and
Nice.
he was like, "Are you serious? Like, hell yeah, I'll do that."
Dude,
And that's
because
nothing.
most landlords, a good deal like in their mind is like 200 or 300 bucks cash flow.
Uh-huh.
So someone like you, they're doubling their cash flow. You're gonna be there for a long time, right? Like this is you're not moving there for a year and leaving after school.
Right.
And and like I said, man, I know that like the positive attitude. He saw that you got a good attitude. You're gonna make moves. He's probably got some confidence in you. So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
it's it's
Yeah.
awesome. So
He was. What was that?
I said it's just a beautiful thing. I
Yeah.
told you you were on a tight budget. Read that guide. Kind of change the mindset, like your approach. Would you have ever thought to approach people like that before we talked
Like
and you
they
saw
needed
that guide?
me?
Yeah,
Hell no. I would never have thought like that. And it worked out in my benefit in that scenario
yeah.
because I mean 2,750. I did the math, and if I even do 850 per bed, I mean do the math. 850 times 12. That's like eight. No, that's all. I think that's over. That's not over 10K. That's like 9,000 something. I think. I don't know. I'm horrible at math, but you get the idea, man. That's 2,750 is nothing. And I actually decided that I'm gonna have enough to provide groceries too.
Yeah, it's over. You looking at bringing in over
Oh,
10K in revenue.
wow. Yeah.
Look at that. If so, once that's up and running, you replaced your job and then some, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's insane.
So
I'm just so
no money
dude.
down, possibly 2 months. So you take that. You were on a tight budget, thinking of like leasing a place, and putting all that money into it. Now you got some money to work with for, like for the furniture and stuff like that.
Dude,
And
and let me tell you this. It's not just a 6 bedroom house, it's a duplex. There's 6 other bedrooms on the other side of the duplex.
jeez,
But
dude.
he's got people staying in there, I think, or he's living in it. But I told
So
him,
yeah, once
yeah,
things go good,
then he's gonna be definitely like, okay, let's open up the other side.
yeah, man. And then that's what it's about. It's about
That's 20,000 off of one property.
I know, dude.
Like, I just when I got off the phone with him a couple days ago, I'm not gonna lie, I screamed at the top of my lungs. Holy crap! This is really. I'm so happy I invested in you guys because you guys have helped me. I mean, change my mindset. I mean, you guys have made me gain so much knowledge in the industry. So I just really got to thank you, man. And you guys definitely deserve that review that I gave you before I even bought the gold course.
Nice, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, man. All right, well let's get rocking and rolling. Let's show you how to fill this thing.